Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, folks. This is a critical topic. I think everybody's going to want this one. And if you like it, please share it because you can help us getting to 1 million folks. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch video 1 from today. But let's welcome Matt, the lumberjack landlord. How you doing, sir?
I'm doing awesome. I love this topic. I am super excited to talk about this topic because there's a lot of jokes to be made.
Yes.
And there's a lot of money to be made. Those are my 2 favorite things.
Yeah. I'm not actually sure with you which one's in order. At least with me, people know. With you, you like them jokes, man. It might be.
Dude, I laughed this much when I was broke. I laugh about the same now, so it's pretty good. I enjoyed the entire ride.
There you go. That is so awesome. So what we're going to talk about here is how great deals are found, maybe even how great deals are created. And the first thing I just want to get off my chest, because probably the most consistent comment I see is I can't do it here. And it doesn't matter where here is, but nobody can do it in their backyard. And now there are some markets, like if you happen to be in the, I was trying to think of the most, like if you're in Beverly Hills, California, like everybody knows Beverly Hills, probably not the best place to find cash flow. Probably not a good idea, right? There are some zip codes that you should know going in are appreciation in areas we don't play.
Right.
But I think too many people give up too soon.
Yeah.
And again, remember what we talk about here at One Rental at a Time is it's not about the market. That's the big thing I want people to hear. It's not about the market. It's about you. You need to learn the skill that Matt learned, the skill that Dion learned, the skill that Anna learned, the skill Omar learned, and all these other experts and myself is we learned our market.
Yeah. And
all of us have different markets. For me, an average is 6. For you is 12. For Dion wants 10. It doesn't matter. Find your market, find your average. And then if you don't like average there, like you're in San Diego and it's a 2, well, then you have permission to go somewhere else.
Sure.
But learn in your backyard. You can kick rocks. You can talk to contractors. You can drive around. You can drive for dollars. You learn so much faster when you can immerse yourself in your location. If you are going to try to learn a market that's 5 states away, not that you can't do it, it's just tough to do the first time.
First few times.
Yeah.
First few times. I mean, I think for me, so talking about, finding great deals, single families here were never very good. They were just never very good.
Awesome. And you know that because?
Knew my market inside and out.
You look.
And so here's the thing. So for probably, I bought a single family knowing that I needed to do work to it to get it to the number that I needed. And even the number that I needed was frankly a little bit garbage. It wasn't a very good number. And so I was like, you know what? This is a long, slow road. I'm not going to make nearly the margin that I need to really make this thing truly work. So what else around me, what other assets are there that are in real estate? Because that's what I wanted to be doing. That's what I was playing with. And that was the multiplier. 90% of the world's millionaires can't be wrong.
Right. Yeah.
And so that's what I was looking at. And so single families were a real dog for me. I never did much single family investing. And then when I found out that there was such thing as a duplex or a triplex or a quad, I was like, those numbers are ridiculous.
Yeah. Those are better.
I was like, a triplex where we were would give you the same return as probably 9 single family homes. Or wow. 8 single family homes. It was that bad.
And you would be, and obviously you're getting in for a lot less capital, which means you could buy 2 instead of this. And yeah, it makes total sense.
Exactly. So that's what I always talk to people on the live stream about, Mike, is listen, don't think your market's dead because you finished the last 60 or 90 days on single family.
Yeah.
Don't think that market's dead. There's a million other options. You could be digging deep in the dirt and finding the ADU deals on those single family home lots. You could be finding the dupes, the tris, the quads. You could be finding all these other different types. Maybe it's self-storage. Yeah. Who knows, right?
Yeah.
But you got to do the math and you got to put some time in 60, 90 days charting it out. If you're still seeing zero opportunity, you should have looked at the affordability index a week in and said, where does that stand? Where historically is that? Because you could be one of those markets where, Mike, we have never, ever, ever been less than a 10 as long as we have been the last year and a half, ever.
Crazy.
We've touched 7 in the past, like 7 or 13.
Then it bounced right off of
Yeah,
it.
but 6 quarters in a row, we are 10, 9, 7, 4, 1, 3, 5. Like,
yeah,
it's really, really tight, which means that over 90% of the market that's trying to buy here can't buy a single family home here.
Yeah. So it's really interesting. I don't think I've ever talked about this before. So when I started investing with single family homes, a la Norris Drive, it was single family homes for the first 4 years. Then I 1031 into multifamily commercial. So 5 units and above. So I was in 5 units. So again, let's be clear, 5 to 20 units. I've never done anything bigger than that. So 5 to 20 for probably 4 years, then single family again, because now it's racing down. Single family from like 2010 to 2012. Then enough people, then flippers came in, and I had to get out of single families. Then I did a wicked amount of 2 duplexes through quads. Then it's really weird because then multifamily came hot again because the people that overpaid at the last peak, the debt became a problem. So I bought some of that. And then coming out of it, it was basically fourplexes I focused on for a couple years. Then I went mixed use because that was a problem. Mixed use meaning retail on the bottom, rentals on top.
Sure.
I bought one office building, bought another office building. So again, when you're in one market and you network and you continually talk, you could always find the area that's a little better. When you say real estate market, yeah, you may be in a market of Fresno, California, or Cleveland, Ohio, or something, but never, I guess something I've never talked about is I started in single family. And if I would have stayed there, I'd still be working today.
Yep.
I'd have 12 units. Cause again, once I got to 8, I couldn't buy anything. And maybe a couple of years later, when the real estate crash happens, I buy a couple more, but it was time in market, we cash out refis, 1031 exchanges. And I was taking overpriced stuff and buying underappreciated assets. Like that office building I bought, I traded a house for it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I traded a dumpy house.
What's the diff now? What's the difference? What's one worth? What's the other worth?
So today the house is probably worth 210. The office building's got to be worth 900, $1 million.
And it was a swap.
It was a swap. In fairness, to tell the full story, the office needed to be gutted because it'd been broken into and bashed up. But I mean, it's just, I forget, was it like 12,000 square feet is 2 stories? Yeah, maybe it was 50 grand because I had to rewire it. And they bashed the toilets, but nothing I hadn't seen. It just, it was impressive to look down the hallway and see like little holes through anyways, it was crazy what people will do. But yeah, I mean, spend 50 to make whatever that is, 600 or whatever it is.
Yeah. Like look at your multiple there. And I think that's the key. I think a lot of people get set in their ways on this is what it has to be because this is my idea of success.
Yeah.
And what's really funny is, in the very beginning, I would always talk with the banker and I would say, I'm looking for a lifelong relationship. And what I realized I think, so my first deal, I think was GMAC Mortgage. And I think then my second deal was GMAC. And then I think my third deal was, Countrywide. And I think my fourth deal was, what was before Mr. Cooper. So what I realized was that none of them wanted a lifelong relationship with me.
Yeah, you were a file.
Exactly. So, okay, that's cool. That works. And so it was like one different bank after another. And I think a lot of people get this mindset like I did in the beginning, which was, I want a banking relationship with somebody. You know what? That didn't happen until I think I did my first one where I did like more than 2 deals with them. That was probably 10 years ago. And then the next place I did 4 deals with, and then they shut me off. And I was literally like, okay, I'm looking for someone who wants to do this with me. And then that next one, they ended up being my prince. They ended up being, I've done 23 or 24 deals with them.
Yeah.
And that's what makes sense. And you know what? Eventually they probably are going to shut me off too. Yeah, and then I'm going to go somewhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. The thing I want to talk about good deals is I don't know what it is. And I got this again from the conversation on Saturday was you've got to put out the energy like the deal's out there. I am sitting here at whatever time it is, and I'm already excited about looking at my market tomorrow. Like I vibrate just a little, looking forward to tomorrow because I know that enough of tomorrows will find me a great deal.
Heck yeah.
And I want people to feel that way as opposed to I've done it. Somebody told me the other day, the comment was I can't find any deals. My deal's too expensive. I asked them how long you did it. 15 days. Dude. I almost lost it. When you get to 15,000 days,
150. Okay. Might be time 15? To look at some other stuff, but 15.
Come on.
Yeah. Like, so you weren't as good as Tiger Woods in 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
You suck. Give it up.
Yeah, I was still missing the ball when I was swinging a golf club after 15
It's that,
days.
Mike, it's that 10,000 hours, right? The 10,000 hours that gets talked about. It's all of that stuff, right? It's all of that stuff where it's like, the thousands of hours of preparation meet that one moment of opportunity. Yeah. Thankfully, in real estate, it's not thousands of hours.
No.
It's usually a couple hundred.
Yeah. And again, folks, the deals are out there. And again, when you're out there and you're looking and you're documenting, like we talk about in the course, right? You almost get this sixth sense about this one feels different. And I don't know how else to explain it other than it feels different because it's listed differently or stayed on the market longer or it had a price or whatever. The other thing I want people to realize is great deals are often made. They're not really found. They're made because you understand what the seller's needs are.
Yep.
Right. Listen to the sellers. Right. Too many of us are writing offers. Right. Call my agent. I got an investor friendly agent and they'll write up any offer I want. Well, great. Has that agent ever called the listing agent or maybe spoken with the seller to figure out what they want? Maybe they want to sell it, but they don't want to close till after Christmas because they want one more Christmas at home. Maybe, maybe they want to sell it in lease back for 2 weeks while the moving truck goes from here to there. Maybe they want to close by December 31st for taxes and they'll take a haircut on price to be done for taxes. They're created. The best deals I have ever done were win-win transactions. The seller was just as happy as I was. There were several transactions where I negotiated a great deal. The seller said, that's a really good deal. Can I have a little bit more? I remember one I agreed to, I bought 15 units, 4 houses, some fourplexes from him. And we agreed to like $5,000 a month interest or payments for 10 years or whatever it was, $5,000 a month. And we were about to sign and he goes, you know what? I'll do this deal at $5,000 because I said I would, but I'd feel a lot better at 5,200.
Done.
I wanted him. I mean, I could have been a dick and said, we agreed and closed it. But then the $200, it was a better deal for him, but I still had a great deal. He handed me, this is really bad. He handed me $1 million and I'm going to whine for $200 a month.
Nope.
Nope.
No, I think so. Heard back today on an appraisal on a deal that we did.
Yep.
It's a 3-unit. Came on the market for $289.
Yeah.
I'm doing my work every day.
Nice.
MLS deal, but Mike, there's no deals.
And you can't find deals in the MLS.
You can't find deals in the MLS.
Yeah.
This came on for $289. I said to my agent, I said, normal deal. Reach out to the broker, ask him for him to ask the seller to give him the 3 most important things that they're going to get out of this transaction.
Look at that. Yes.
I said, is it time? Is it more money? What is it? What are the things that if they said, you know what, if I could just get these 3 things in the deal, I would be thrilled. Mike, it's always weird, Mike. It's always weird.
It is always weird.
It was a lot of money, the most money. I want to get the highest number. Okay, that's fair. For some people, that's a thing.
Yeah.
The second thing was what was it called? Basically a passageway through on his driveway.
Okay.
Because it was like a shared driveway or something. He's like, I just want you to make sure that I get to
an easement
with the city. Thank you. Yes.
Easement.
So he's like, I just want to make sure I get that easement. Okay. That's easy enough. And then the third thing was, I want to close by the end of the year. These are all things I can do.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And so we got the deal under. I paid 310 for it.
Okay.
Because I believe the property was worth 350 because I do my work every day. And the appraisal came in today at 348. Just saying.
And again, you got that deal because you knew one thing that no one else did, that easement was important. So you wrote it in the offer.
Yep.
Nobody else had the easement in the offer. You were an easy yes answer.
Yep. And here's the thing. The only thing that I asked for back was an answer in 24 hours. It's the only thing I asked for back. I told him, I said, the only thing we're going to ask for back is we were in that first wave. Mike, I bought this house over the phone. I didn't even go on site. I literally had my agent walk it with a Zoom video walking through. That's it. That's it.
You're my hero.
But again,
on the MLS.
MLS.
No deals
MLS.
here.
No, none. And the crazy thing is, Mike, is that people don't understand, and we say it all the time, inefficiencies in the market. People aren't perfect. The numbers aren't perfect. You need to know your market. And this agent mispriced the house.
Yeah.
It was mispriced because he didn't have nearly as many offers as he thought he was going to get. I was there day one. I had the agent walk through day one. We then had the conversation literally within 2 hours of walking the property on the phone, had the thing and just said, hey, this is what we'll do. You know, what are the 3 things that you need to see from this deal? We got the deal. I'm thrilled. But Mike, I'm $40,000 instant equity day one.
Oh, that doesn't suck.
No, and it's MLS. It's right there. Anyone else could have done it.
Yeah, my whole portfolio, again, when I retired on, only 2 deals were not MLS based. One was direct from a bank. One was on an auction site. But yeah, MLS. So again, folks, how can you follow Matt the Lumberjack? How do you want them to follow you?
Lumberjack Landlord on YouTube, and our live stream on Sundays. Yours is on Saturdays at 11. Mine's on Eastern time. Mine's 11:30 Eastern time on Sundays, about 3 hours. We just answer your questions.
Yeah, just have some fun.
Just having some fun, talking about real estate, talking about deals, talking about war stories, all the fun stuff. And I'll answer almost anything.
Yeah, there you go. Thanks, buddy. I appreciate your time.
Anytime, Mike. Appreciate it.